one might decide to let us drop. I've read a little of the Undercity League in the papers. Your name usually comes up with it.
It keeps us visible. Though the headlines are not always flattering, they remind the world that Aetherians exist. They force topsiders to see us as fellow humans, making it easier to get their cooperation.
From what Crest said in White Street, it doesn't sound like every Baron agrees.
Cressa often sees a glass half empty, for good reason. However, wars are not fought with only one weapon. Negotiation is a tool you use for prolonged conflict. And when negotiation fails, the League offers alternatives.
White Street's in civil war right now.
Better than others. Although Eli's forces are in conflict, most of the fighting remains topside. However, the lack of leadership makes negotiations precarious.
Surprised there's anyone left to negotiate with. Figured Eli's people would be too busy fighting each other to obey the chain of command.
Certain offices hold more protections than others, such as the scrapyard. It's currently controlled by Randall Pitt. It gives him authority over the supply lines.
We've met. Can't say I walked away wanting a casual chat over drinks.
Neither can I. However, the Aetherians still need someone to speak on their behalf. They need their supplies, work hours, and well-being looked after, no matter how difficult Pitt makes it. When things calm down, I hope to visit Arkstad again. There's a memorial planned for those lost in Eli's purge, including Alexander and Maria. I'd like to attend if possible.
Because they were fellow Aetherians? Or because they were part of the underground?
They were more than that. They were good friends, and Arkstad deserves to know that the League stands with them. Good luck out there!
Ver se eu consigo explorar a cidade. Ah, tem uma missão secundária aqui com ele. O que ele quer?
Say, Apollo, why do they call him Soap, anyway?
I gather it's on account of his squeaky clean gambling record. Never lost a single bet, if you believe the stories. But I prefer to think of it this way.
So, remind me then, why is it we think he'll help us take down Marm?
He might not. But he's a socialite, and we're highly susceptible to flattery and bribery. I'm sure you can convince him.
That's all you got for me?
Sorry, darling, can't do much else from here. But you've got a handle on things, right?
If I didn't, you and I wouldn't even be talking right now.
That's what I like to hear. They say Soap's parties are as wild as they come. I'd like to see it myself sometime.
Yeah, can't wait. Talk to you later.
Hello, darling.
How's an uppers movie star go from whining and dining celebs to running a lowers rebellion?
Would you believe the movies inspired me?
That's it? You played enough pretend revolutionaries you decided to be one for real?
Why not? I have more than enough money to fund a war chest and the drive to use it. Why not use it to fix this rotten town, eh?
A lot of celebs dabble in philanthropy. They usually stick to dropping donations and running charity balls without needing to step 1 foot in the trenches. I watch as the glib plating flakes off, revealing the fiery resolve underneath.
And? What good are those? The system's broken. Might toss it all down the well while I'm at it.
But you're sure fighting the Barons will fix it?
Oh, it's just the start. I look at the people we're helping, and you know who I see. My parents. Good people. Fled to this country to escape violence, only to face the same hatred here. The underground might be small now, but we fight the fight others can't. Better than getting fat off caviar, I say.
So what's the story between you and Sam? I know the Undercity League's got some pull around the city, but I doubt that usually includes movie stars.
Luck, I suppose. Old Iron Hand helped me out of a scrap back in the early days. Sorted out some trouble between me and the Paupers.
Paupers? What the hell did you do to piss them off?
Yes,
Needed a
quem são os
spot to hide, I'm
soldadores?
afraid. I was running supplies to a budding resistance group when the shooting started. Ducked into an Aetherian tunnel before they took my head off.
And you got lost. He smiles, as innocent as a wolf idling near a field of sheep.
I'd heard rumors of Aetherians fighting the fight, bypassing terriers, smuggling resources. Took a few meetings before Iron Hand
Então,
was
por
willing
isso que
till
ele,
next time.
por isso que ele confia bastante no Papai Noel. Papai Noel salvou ele. Quero fazer missões secundárias. Isso é um pouco chato no jogo. Você não consegue fazer missão secundária. Você não consegue farmar dinheiro, né? Você acha uma coisinha ali ou outra, você vende, mas é 30 reais. Tipo, o pessoal tá foda-se pro assassino que tá atrás da gente. A personagem... Tipo, ela tem contatos, mas não mandou ninguém até agora investigar quem que é o cara. Tipo, o professor é suspeito pra caralho. E ela não manda ninguém investigar o cara. Como é que ele saiu vivo, o que ele fez. Saca?
Traffic slows to a crawl. Up ahead, armed women and
Não chega a ser furo no roteiro, né? A parte do assassino é um pouco assim, cara. O cara só sumiu, tá ligado? E nós, tipo, é isso.
By authority of Baron Magdalene Weiss, travelers on this thoroughfare are hereby assessed a temporary convenience fee.
She remains stone-faced through the entire monologue, like she practiced it dozens of times in a mirror to make sure it sounded sufficiently official.
Ah, tem pedágio agora.
You're barking up the wrong tree. I'm a courier for Herr Brandstetter in Klein Deutschland, and I've got a trunk full of uniforms for the birthday parade. I'd better get a move on before the dress rehearsal.
You're here on business for Mom. Well, back to work then.
She dramatically waves me past the barricades, and I shoot her a wink as I float
Ela é a mesma
by.
guria que tava coisando meu carro, chamando meu carro de lata velha. Tá me tirando?
Any remaining stock from this shoe shop was presumably carted out by the thugs who closed, even though there's not a lot of furniture.
Algo de valor. Falhei. Tentei de novo. Falhei. Tentei de novo. Falhei. Tentei de novo. Consegui.
A few minutes of idle searching reveals something wedged against the wall behind a corner table.
Pai, tem roxo, hein? 30 reais. Ah, ele reseta. É, valeu a pena. Eu gastei aqueles itens ali que é tipo uns 15 reais. Devo ter gastado uns 40. Mas aquele item pra comprar é tipo uns, acho que quase 200. Não tenho certeza não. Ele não é barato não. Então meio que vale a pena gastar tudo aquilo. Cara, um monte primeiro, hein. Uma aqui que tá mais longe. O jogo... Acho que falta um pouco de combate também, cara. Eu não
The
sei.
yacht is a declaration of wealth and power.
Ver se melhora daqui pra frente, mas eu já tô com o quê?
It's a world I
Quase-
have no business setting
Quase
foot
14
into.
horas de gameplay.
But I'm going to do it anyway.
Let's just take a stroll over here.
Sophie plucks at my elbow and guides me to a section of the deck that has been roped off previously. It's as private there as it's going to
Assim, eu já
get,
sabia que o foco ia ser mais
concealed in deep
narrativo, então,
shadow.
tipo... Minha nota não vai
Sophie fishes a
diminuir
leather
pro
valise
jogo
out from the shadows.
por não ter tanto combate
She
assim.
dutifully stands in front of me, blocking the leers of any looky-loos before handing me my new skin.
Your gown, Cinderella?
Sophie's picked out something elegant that's also businesslike. Putting it on is like entering a world of privilege I've never known. I can
É,
feel
a
my
gente não ia
face
questionar a
flush as I
menina lá
change,
sobre...
even in this private corner.
Se levou ela pro circo, né, cara? Ele nunca
So?
mais falou com ela.
What do you think?
Ó,
Yes, that should do. Good work on my part if I do say so myself.
Why do I need a disguise?
Mom has pulled out all the stops for tonight's little soiree. Which means we need you to look presentable. Goodness, girl, what did you do to your hair?
I washed it.
Cute. Let's run a brush through it and touch up your makeup. You should dress up your speech a tad, but not too much. Business, my dear.
My favorite flavor. Look, is all this cloak and dagger stuff really necessary? All the charm and levity drains out of Sophie's face like water down a storm drain.
You know what you look like right now, Giovanna? You look like a bum from the hole. A smuggler and a criminal.
All I'm saying is,
You're not from this world. I live in it. You want to play cowboy and do it your own way? I wish you luck. You want to get things done? Put on the clothes and plaster a smile across that mug.
so what's my cover?
Your nom de guerre for this evening is Miss Fiorella, a young shadowbacker in various unassuming lowers businesses. You're looking to expand your investment portfolio.
Won't I stand out?
You're a smaller fish than Marm usually deals with. But she has a soft spot for ladies with an enterprising nature.
Got it. Pat yourself on the back later, Soph. Klossner's definitely showing up, right? Will he?
It's a certainty. I requested that he bring them specifically for the purpose of modeling a replica cake of Pandemonium for Mom's birthday.
That's all well and good, but I'll need to get close to him to nab those blueprints.
Relax. It's a cinch. Klossner will be on stage as a part of the docking speeches. He's the one with the round frame cheaters. When he bellies up for his turn, go through his things.
Shouldn't that be easy as pie?
I'm showing off tonight, remember? Pie is so common.
Well, ooh la la to you too.
Continuar, deixa eu upar os personagens. Interessante, hein? Tentar pegar aquilo ali. Ih, mas eu não tenho esse. Tá. O que a gente faz com ela, hein? Faz o genial aqui. O negócio aqui era bom, né? Acho que era isso aqui. Vamos pegar aquilo ali também. Pronto, avancemos.
All right, enough horsing around. What are you up to during all this?
Being Marm's shadow. I hope you won't require my assistance, but if the situation grows desperate, I can run interference for you.
Hoping I won't need it. This situation is eggs and coffee. See you there. The party is in full swing.
Capitão América tá fazendo ali.
Swapping stories about screwing over the have-nots, enjoying success now that they don't have to bruise their own knuckles. Some guy in a penguin suit passes by, so I snatch a flute of bubbly to steel my nerves.
If it isn't the redoubtable Miss Fiorella. Hello, darling. Isn't this party wonderful?
Sophie, nice venue. I see our hostess didn't cheap out on the liquor either. A Class A act all around, if it weren't for the other guests.
Yes, business sometimes makes unpleasant bedfellows, doesn't it? At least the men have the good sense not to act ungentlemanly in public. Marm takes a dim view of such behavior.
Você careca.
That egghead's a lost cause. I bring him a business proposal, and that crumb treats me like a church lady collecting for war orphans.
Você
Look,
Capitão
I
América.
can't help it if I'm on a hot streak, buddy. Don't get sore with me. It's the cards what made a monkey out of you.
Que isso? O rei do crime tá aqui, mas ele não odeia ela? Foi outro cara.
This looks like the door to the stock room at the back of the bar. There's almost certainly heavy foot traffic from the staff. So if I want a drink on the house, I suppose I'll have to get creative. I snatch a half-empty bottle of an aggressively mid-shelf wine from the nearest empty table and strut up to the door with all the swagger of a peacock on The barback answers the door, squinting at me with annoyance. Guess he's not used to dealing directly with customers, which makes this the perfect time to lean on him. What the hell is this? Do you really think the Duke is going to drink this swill?
The Duke?
The Duke of Old York is on this cruise. We ordered top shelf, and if this is it, you can bet his lordship won't be booking with you the next time he crosses the pond. The barback ruffles his hair nervously, shuffling through a few bottles before emerging with an elegant black bottle covered at the top with burnished gold foil, hugging the neck like a tuxedo collar.
Here, on the house. Please convey our apologies to his lordship.
Vida rara.
Pardon me? Oh, pardon me, miss. Do you have a moment for a conversation? T.L. Watkins. I write biographies. The Venerable Baron has commissioned a story of her life in honor of the upcoming anniversary. I would love to hear any anecdotes you'd care to share.
I've heard a few things.
Leave out no detail, however salacious. Just as long as they don't get me killed.
Ever heard about the love of Marm's life? Bet you haven't.
That's a new one. Certainly, Marm has been seen around town with a gent or two, but everyone knows she's never settled down.
He was a poor kid. No one knows what barony he came from. He pulled himself up from nothing, worked his tail off, all to make a home for the two of them.
So what happened next?
That's the tricky part. Some say he was shipped out during the war and died overseas, or he passed from the wasting. Some say he was killed to warn Marm off. Whatever the real story is, they all end the same way. Marm would never love again.
Who knew Marm was capable of such heart-rending devotion? What a tragedy. Beautiful in its way.
The second the words escape the author's mouth, I know the answer. Marm wouldn't. She tore her heart in half and learned to do without it.
Ela lá em cima farmando aura.
I take it you've already heard of the Hackthorn disaster?
Who hasn't? An entire ferry liner carrying migrants from the boroughs into the lowers crashing into an island? Why, Marm herself was on board the General Hackthorn, if memory serves.
I wait for his brain to catch up to his mouth. He already knows everything I could tell him about the subject.
Oh, poor thing.
Did you get a good look at Marm's silk wrap?
Now that you mention it, that's a Juno scarf, isn't it? As exclusive as it gets. Even the well-heeled in the uppers can't get their mitts on one without connections.
Look back in the archives a few years, and you'll find that an Aether freighter carrying Juno's seasonal line was hijacked before Fashion Week. Marm had that nifty piece a few days later.
I see. My, Marm has...
With a sudden thought and a burst of speed, the excited biographer begins to scribble rapidly.
Her shadowy hands looming just over the city, plucking at invisible strings. That's good.
Hope there's something there you can use.
I can't thank you enough for these leads you provided on Marm's life story.
Don't mention it. Really, don't mention it. I'd like to continue my own life story.
Hold on just a moment. If you like well-written pieces, this is the article that actually attracted Marm's attention.
The hack hands me an article printed on high-quality, glossy paper like you'd see in a fancy arts rag. The article paints Marm as a genteel patron of the arts. Convincing, unless you've actually met her. The second half of the article is about pandemonium and its design. A lot of words like incandescent and revolutionary are sprinkled throughout. There's a quote by the man himself about the need to ignore distractions in pursuit of one's art. Classy. Interesting. Thanks.
Pardon me, miss. You look like a worldly woman of taste and discrimination. Tell me, do you find yourself more drawn these days to dining out or to taking in a good show?
Sorry, are you asking me out on a date?
Perish the thought. I'm not from the lowers. I was hoping to gain your opinion so I can make an informed decision. I'm looking to make some new investments.
Agora, hein? Entretenimento da cidade já tem demais.
The
Comida.
Lowers is practically run on Burroughs-style fish and chips. You set up a storefront and get a cook who knows his business, and you'll see a return by the end of the year, guaranteed.
Fried fish. A Burroughs recipe, you say? Forgive me, but that makes no sense. Aren't the Burroughs all but abandoned by this point?
Look, people didn't leave the Burroughs on a whim. The street kids moved house, but they still ache for a taste of home. A fish joint in a burg full of expats could clean up.
A fish joint. I see, you make a good point. I should do some more research. Thank you for your time, miss.
Are you enjoying the music? Wunderbar. They can play anything from Wöhler to Toscanini. They're worth every penny. But I get them for free. Their brother owes me.
Not for the first time. I wonder why I'm always making deals with the devil. One devil with many different names and faces, who's sure to catch me one of these days.
A little bird told me that he saw one of Marm's little helpers gallivanting around town with the comptroller. A married man! Is there no shame anymore?
Yeah.
Did you hear the latest about the new picture from the Metropolitans? Such a tragic story. They say his father is a hopeless drunk.
Outra coisa agora.
I hear several studios in Glenmont are racing to produce a picture about the Days of Blood. I wonder how Vincenzo will react. My husband is traveling to New London in a few weeks looking for new markets and asked me if I wanted to accompany him. Maybe Paris or Berlin, but New London? No, thank you. All that soot. A little bird told me that he saw one of Marm's little helpers gallivanting around town with the comptroller. A married man.
You know, I had the most
Not for the first.
Talent should be recognized, and I know talent.
Friends and colleagues. Now, to Sterile.
Softly, I approach Anton Klossner, the architect of Pandemonium. Like any good man tinkerer, he can't help but toy with his speech until the very end, so he doesn't notice me.
Criminal hooligans and grubby investors. I do hope you're enjoying yourselves at my employer's expense. That would be fun, but no.
Near his feet, I notice a worn but expensive buffalo leather satchel, just about the right size for a set of blueprints. But now's not the time to make my play.
Não é minha hora? Ué, não entendi. Tem mais alguma coisa pra fazer?
If it isn't the reads.
Sophie?
Yes.
Friends and colleagues.
Softly.
Criminal.
Near his feet, I just take my seat when Marm and her entourage step out in front of a waiting audience.
Good evening, my friends. I've enjoyed a fine life in the greatest city in the world. I enjoyed rule of more than 100 islands. In those days, my youth was my armor. I took a pack of girls from my orphanage, and together we formed what would one day become my beloved dolls. The Mädchen would never be hungry again. In the course of my business, I have made firm friends with people of all walks of life. Let's all give a hand to one of those friends, Mr. Killmeyer, honorary citizen of the barony.
The crowd's attention
Aí
moves
do
to
crime assim, ó.
Killmeyer, who is sprawled out over a couch in one corner of the audience. He raises his champagne flute sourly, knowing the light won't move until he responds. For a heartbeat, Killmeyer and I make eye contact. Should I play it smooth, or tweak his nose to remind him of our deal?
Piscada atrevida.
I can't help myself from shooting Killmeyer a flirty wink. He gracelessly spits out a mouthful of his champagne onto his trousers with a surprise. I love this job sometimes.
Now, don't worry yourself, my good friend. You no longer have to forge your path
Acho que desse sinal ia ser
alone.
muito suspeito.
Look,
Surrounded by waves of cheering, I try to keep my mind on the job and on watching Klossner, but I can't help myself. The applause dies down abruptly as everyone follows Marm's eyeline.
behold, my friends, behold the future.
Ela sumiu. O cara também. Ah tá, eles foram pra nave. Mas e eu? Quem que é aquela com o rei do crime?
I see Killmeyer's island glowing brightly. My stomach drops. The island looms ever larger, coming towards us. Ponderous, inevitable. One of the guests at my table has a pair of opera glasses hanging halfway out of her purse. They're not much, but they might be enough to give me a clearer look at the approaching island. Between the approaching island and Marm's presence, it should be child's play to cover the opera glass. I move my arms as if stretching my back to reach the glasses,
rapaz, eu me tô
but accidentally jog a passing server, causing him to spill on my neighbor and drop his tray in a loud clatter. Killmeyer clutches his champagne flute so hard I expect it to shatter like the bits of foundation crumbling loose from the island. A long silence descends, followed by a smattering wave of applause.
Pra ter mais combate tem que estar com perseguição alta, né? Mas eu acho que vai chama mais polícia do que bandido.
With the designs of the one and only Anton Klossner, designer of Pandemonium and countless other works.
Klossner stands halfway up from his seat, his forehead dripping with sweat, thick and pungent with fear. He favors the crowd with an airy wave, but he walks like a man about to face a firing squad.
Yes, thank you, Marm. We plan to remake Klein Deutschland with new marvels, in the spirit of our previous works.
Klossner seems drunk on his own brilliance. The applause dies down. Carefully, I circle around to where he was sitting. All eyes are glued to either the stage or the new Dreamland annex. I sidle over to the architect's abandoned bag and dive inside with both hands and sift through loose papers, pens, small bottles, but there are no blueprints in the bag. Frantically, I dig deeper. I find schematics for some kind of Aether device. I'd need Nellie to make sense of these. There are no plans here, but they have to be here. They have to, or this is all for nothing. I'm starting to panic when a
Ele é aquela
loud whisper
pesquisa ali, eu posso
startles me
entregar
in
pra
the middle
menina,
of
né?
my search.
Say, what are you up to under the table there, little lady? Did you lose an earring?
I'm going to vomit. I'm airsick. It sounds fishy even to my own ears. Luckily, this stiff's had a few.
Oh my. Just stay there, lady. I'll go find a guy with a bucket or something.
The partygoer scurries off, not wanting his suit ruined. Even so, I've been made. I get up as soon as his back's turned and glide away as inconspicuously as possible.
Thank you, Anton, for your exciting and thorough
Eu percebi que você aumentou.
presentation. If any of you care to discuss business with Mr. Klossner, do visit him at his table. Otherwise, please enjoy yourselves.
The venue is buffeted with laughter and applause as Marn leaves the stage. The band strikes up again, and soon, adventurous couples begin to dance.
I don't have more time to talk down your project.
So, how did your pitch go?
You listen just long.
There you are. Did you find the package?
No dice, Soph. No prints. No sign of them anywhere. You swore he would have them. What the hell happened?
Giovanna, I'm telling you. I heard Klossner and Marm talking about the replica cake just before. I know he has them. You must have missed something.
I practically disemboweled that satchel. You said this guy never leaves his house. If we don't get the blueprints tonight, we're sunk. Could he have stashed them somewhere else?
I suppose it's possible, but I can't say for sure. Marm would know, but she's busy being the life of the party.
Será que ela fez bolo falso?
In that case, we'll have to go to the horse's
E
mouth.
verdadeiro?
Can you get Klossner alone?
I'm supposed to be watching Marm's back, so that's not the right play. Maybe I can set him up. He's the nervous type. Frazzle him and he'll go off by himself somewhere. I'll need your help to make it work. Find me someone I can tear into. I'm going to make a scene so big that Klossner won't be able to handle it.
You're not going to fit some poor chump for a Chicago overcoat, are you?
Gia, we might be a lawless bunch up here, but give me a little credit.
Is this really necessary, Soph? Can't you just ask him to meet you somewhere out of the way?
We have the same employer, but he doesn't work for me. If I ask him to meet here, someone will find out and I'll have to answer for it. Trust me, this is the right play.
While we're at it, what's Killmeyer doing here anyway? I'm surprised he bothered to show, seeing as how Marm cut him off at the knees.
It's tradition to keep the old Baron around when someone gets annexed. Trust me, even if Killmeyer hates Marm like poison, he'll want to stay on her good side. Still, you wouldn't be a good pick for our little plan. Marm's watching him like a hawk to see if he falls out of line, which, let's face it, he probably will. Besides, he has a reputation as lousy company.
Okay, you've convinced me.
Find someone whose inconvenience won't keep you up at night. Look around. It won't take long to find someone obnoxious or gauche or about to step into trouble with Marm.
Aparência desagradável. Eu interagi com esses caras tudo aqui. Provavelmente é esse cara aqui, né?
Yes.
I roll the sweet champagne over my taste buds as the loudmouth uses both hands to gather the pot. The dealer pauses before dealing again. The loudmouth wins again, with less grace than before. I stare at the player's hands and wait. In the blink of an eye, I see a card appear in his hand. I didn't catch a flick of the wrist or any of the other classic signs. Something shifty's going on here. I keep my ears peeled as another hand comes out. This time I hear a slight brushing of metal on cloth, and I instantly know his racket. Yeah, nobody's going to miss a cheater at a gaming table, least of all Sophie. Looks like I've found a sacrificial lamb.
So, how did your pitch go?
You listen just long.
At the bar, I spy a well-dressed boor waving around a hefty bottle of booze. He's red in the face and 3 sheets to the wind, and trying to make time with a powerfully uninterested young lady.
Go on, doll face. This is Primo Giggle Juice. It's my pleasure. Enjoy it. Think of me when you take a snort.
That's very generous of you. But I had another drink in mind. Have a nice night, okay?
Oh, come on. This isn't just regular old liquor store brandy, see? They just don't make a batch of this once every 10-15 years.
Oh, look. She looks like someone who knows from good booze. Say, what do you like?
Okay. Uma vez a cada 15 anos.
I only drink the top shelf article. If it's not the best, it's not for me.
Oh, an aficionado. It sounds to me like you'd get a lot more out of this brandy.
Oh, hey, wait! Just give me a
No, I insist. A drink of such singular quality should go to someone who really knows how to appreciate it. Ta-ta!
Wait a minute, come back! I was just saying... Now why'd you have to go and do that? I'm telling you, she was just about to crack.
Right. Sophie was right. It didn't take me long at all to find someone I could hang out to dry without feeling a bit bad about it. I leg it before I start to look good to this creep.
You know, I had the most...
So, Gia, did you find me a fall guy?
I'm still looking.
I'm sure you'll find...
Tem mais pessoal aqui, ó.
A group
não,
of
esse
ladies
pessoal que tava
speak in
focado,
loud
né?
whispers about all the goings-on. I peg them as a gaggle of gossips, trading information to get ahead, to get out.
And if that was his wife, I've got a bridge to sell you.
I'm Fiorella. Sorry, I wasn't aware this was a private table.
Very funny. But unless you've got something juicy to share, you might want to move along. This seat's for talkers.
You want a little ammunition? I can pick out anyone here wearing a cheap knockoff from 100 paces.
100 paces? How rugged.
Back before everything went to hell, Needles and I used to spend our time in the Raymond district pointing out counterfeit duds. That ought to impress these sharp-toothed witches. See the redhead with the gent in the marigold cravat? That gown's a copy of a Binar original. The buttons in the back? Glass. The real deals are mother of pearl.
Seems like Lady Osmond's sugar daddy must have fallen on hard times. Oh,
Maybe later.
how delightful! Come, sit down, have a drink. We have much to discuss.
I clench my jaw and sit through a seemingly endless stream of pap. Who's cheating on their taxes? Who's sleeping with whose husband? After what feels like hours, something interesting crops up.
Marm certainly knows how to throw a first-class shindig. In fact, one wonders how she's able to take care of business and still find time to plan such grand parties year after year.
You might want to keep your voice down.
Will there even be a next year? A little bird told me that Marm had another health scare. Did you see how Miss Sulzer had to help her up the stairs from the stage?
So, have you seen that new Apollo Diamond feature? No? Maybe we should go see it right now. What do you think?
Say, what did you all think of that speech that Klossner fellow gave? He seems like a fascinating gent.
He might be brilliant, but he's terrible company and has no civility whatsoever. He called my uncle a caveman and told him to go pick fleas off his wife. I practically fainted. I shouldn't say this, but I saw someone put the frighteners on him earlier. Klausner was trying his luck at blackjack, and a sharp-dressed man approached him. That gasbag architect turned white as a sheet and as good as ran away to cower behind Mom's entourage.
Just between us, I can see you've got your thumb on the pulse of this party. Anything interesting happen here tonight?
I saw Councilman Jacobs making time with his campaign manager's daughter behind the kitchen. Let's see. What else? Oh, stay away from the poker table with the red and black felt.
Oh? Why is that?
Apparently, a young man at that table has been raking in quite a bit tonight. Mrs. Johnson says he looks just like Tommy Bonneville, a notorious swindler.
Those doughs are something else, aren't they?
Have you heard the latest dish? Alice is making time with, get this, Apollo Diamond himself. Can you believe it? A screen star paired with a notorious
Quem é desse
criminal?
cara?
What is this world coming
Terceira
to?
vez que ela é mencionada, a gente já sabe quem que
I
é.
think I've raked enough muck for tonight with you lot. Thanks for letting me cool my heels.
Come back when you've got more muck, as you put it. You know, on occasion, these rougher nouveau rich can provide some benefit to society.
The gossip's indelicate remarks about Marm's health are all the reason I need to point her out to Sophie.
So, Gia, did you find me a fall guy?
O problema qual que era mesmo? Ah, o da bebida, né?
Sophie,
Trapaceira.
the guy at the card table. Spied him using a Keplinger holdout.
My. Fearless flyer. Let's make an example of him, shall we? Right, I'll get to work on our mark. Why don't you kick back for now? Get a little rest. Take in the show. Just keep a close eye on Klossner.
Sophie turns away, and in a blink, she's checked her hair, touched up her makeup, and adjusted her skirt. I can't tell if she's enjoying herself or just showing off. Maybe both. The card sharp keeps a boyish grin on his face, radiating a pure innocence. Sophie's hand shoots out like a piston, clearly exposing the rod and cable of the Keplinger's holdout running up his sleeve. In no time at all, his hands have been bound and he is deposited by the goons onto a small platform attached to a pulley, hung high above the yawning abyss.
Attention! Please allow me to introduce tonight's entertainment. This is Tommy Bonneville. You might recognize him from his winning streak at the poker tables.
Hi, folks.
Splendid. Since Mr. Cheat enjoys games of chance, he will play a very special game. The pulley just behind me is paramount to the game. Regard this platform upon which our contestant stands. Regard these two ropes. One rope is unattached, and cutting it will have no effect. The other will release the platform when cut. Here's where you come in, friends. You, the audience, will choose which rope I cut. Left or right. One will ensure our contestant's safety. The other helps our friend enjoy the night air.
Cara, acho que não dá pra fazer isso aqui. Porque se eu consigo fazer 12, é o máximo. Eu perco um, eu vou pra 11.
Sophie's sharp grin is terrifying to behold. Her gaze is utterly ruthless. The perfect ice queen. Suddenly, I'm nervous about taking her into my plans. Did I do right in trusting her?
So what will it be, folks? Left or right?
Left.
Right.
All of a sudden, I'm glad I didn't pick some random sap for this punishment. One of Marm's goons walks forward and hands Sophie a polished scimitar. Sophie takes the weapon in her left hand, blade facing towards the night sky. Theatrically, Sophie plucks a single hair from the contestant's head to test the sword's sharpness. Sophie's really playing to the crowd. They're eating it up.
Trapaceou, mas... Vale a pena matar o cara só por isso, cara? Tipo, pelo que eu entendi, uma das cordas vai soltar, né?
I can't stand by and watch this. I
Nossa.
lunge out of my seat and towards the stage, but by then, the blade is already blurring into motion. The folks around me glower. I've called attention to myself. I see the blade part the rope, hear the line giving way. I see the contestant's mouth distend in an expression of utter horror, a blood-curdling. Sophie's grin is broad enough that I can see every one of her front teeth. The platform plummets.
Só tem gente louca
By
aqui.
10 feet, no more. With a pop and a bounce, the platform springs back up, the contestant sprawled out across its spare surface. The cheat lays prostrate, his hands folded. From the low drone of his voice, I can tell that he is praying.
Darling, shh. Relax. We were just having a little fun. Of course we wouldn't ruin such a lovely evening with an execution.
Wild cheers deafen me as the crowd voices their approval of the stunt. With surprising care, the audience members take the contestant into their waiting hands. In the meantime, Marm and her escort have made their way to where Sophie still stands by the swinging platform.
Sophie, Sophie, my beautiful, brilliant Haitian. Just look at those smiling
fala tudo.
faces. Now, let me take care of you for a spell. Clyde, Giuseppe, bring my good girl here a warm drink and a chair.
Thank you, Marm. You know what's best.
I've just sprawled in my seat with a plate of hors d'oeuvres when I spy Klossner pushing through a crowd of revelers. Now's my chance. I cram a canapé into my mouth and stride across the lawn. Klossner is here, relaxing in a comfy chair. He's writing in a large, leather-covered notebook and humming quietly. He looks almost serene. Barbells, ropes, even a gyro wheel have been set in one corner as a sort of exercise center. The doughs probably work out here while Marm relaxes with a drink. I take hold of one of the smaller weights. The wrapped grip is perfectly sized to my hand. The pool is completely full and spotlessly clean. It must have cost an arm and a leg to maintain this area. Eli Tillinghast is probably spinning in his grave. Watching from the entrance, I catch a rare glimpse of Anton Klossner at rest, alone with his thoughts. He looks up and murmurs to himself constantly. He pauses to write in his notebook, then taps his pen once against his teeth before writing in a heavy hand, as if through carbon copy. The pen... Mr. Klossner, are you not enjoying the party?
Who's that? Oh, it's just a... What do you want? Please leave me be.
I'm sorry, Mr. Klossner. Anton, if I may. That was rude of me. My name is Fiorella. I'm an investor. Nobody special, really. I just wanted the chance to talk to you about your work.
Just another little fish looking to make yourself into a shark, growing fat on the chum of my designs. Can't you see I have no interest? I have more money than I can ever spend.
You misunderstand me, Anton. I'm not here as an investor. I'm here because I'm a great admirer of your work. I had hoped to tell you how much you've inspired me.
Oh, an admirer.
Your designs are not only beautiful, but practical, built to last. I'd be willing to bet that, barring disaster, your buildings will still stand just as firm in 500 years' time.
Of course they're built well. You think I'd lend my name to just any ramshackle hut, disposed to blow away like so much straw? Stick to investment. You bore me. If you'll excuse me.
Okay, I admit it. The truth is, I don't know how to express how I feel about it, but I can't stop thinking about Pandemonium. I remember first stepping into Pandemonium. I was overwhelmed. I had stepped into a perfect corner of a perfect world. The facade, the art, the lighting, everything felt...
An honest answer. I have the same feeling. My life is a struggle to surpass that work.
But how did you come up with it in the first place? I've always wanted to know how it began. Will you ever publish your sketches or blueprints, or donate them to a museum?
Impossible. I can never share the blueprints for Pandemonium, because they no longer exist, except in my head. Marm had the physical plans destroyed. Recently, in fact.
Just like that, all our plans are flushed down the john. I've got to pivot somehow to get the information out of Klossner while he's here, in the flesh. I see. How are you finishing the rebuild without the blueprints? That must be quite a challenge.
The answer, my dear, is patience. It took time, care, and my direct supervision. Marm was in touch with me constantly, but why are you so interested in the blueprints?
Klossner's eyes slide off my face to the door beyond. I have to act fast. I'm sick of indulging this Abercrombie's ego. I look over my shoulder, then I draw my gun, smooth as water, and jam the barrel into his ribs. I can feel my teeth bare in a hideous grin. So, the blueprints are in your head? Let's see them. Or I'll go looking for them myself.
My dear, you're very much mistaken if you think that's the first gun I've ever faced. Put it down this instant.
I withdraw the gun, but only so it's more telling when I stick the barrel up under his jaw. You're not listening, Buster. Blueprints, now. Or you'll be chasing your head down Main Street. I can't lay the cheerful murderous act on Klossner like Sophie with the show on the platform, but the loaded gun lends an authenticity all its own. His defiant face crumbles into terror. Hands shaking, Klossner pens in more details on the Pandemonium sketch. It's not anywhere close to perfect. This just won't do, Mr. Klossner. Where's the rest of it? I know you didn't build Pandemonium with this as a blueprint.
Young lady, I've had several glasses of liquor and champagne, and you're forcing me to work at gunpoint. This is the best you're going to get, so take it or shoot me.
I heft the bottle of expensive brandy in my left hand. With a twist of the wrist, I flip it in the air and catch it by its neck. It looks like it would make a dandy bludgeon. I wonder, ever seen someone hit over the head with a full liquor bottle? Once the doctor panel beats the dents out of a guy's head, they're never quite the same.
God, fine. You win. Just don't hurt me.
Klossner takes a deep breath to master himself, then starts sketching. He's slick with perspiration like he's just run a marathon, but his hand is rock steady.
There you are, you evil woman. Happy now?
Not just yet, Herr Klossner. I know you've got more in that head than what you're showing me here.
Please. I've already shown you more than I'm allowed. If it's any more detailed, she'll know it was me. You may have the gun, but we're both dead if you force me.
Maybe I should let you know my real name. It's not Fiorella. Ever heard of 8-Shot Randazzo?
No. Should I have?
Well, that went nowhere. I hope. My ears catch the resonant note of the docking horn. It's time to go. Okay, Klossner, you've done your part. Take off. If you want to enjoy your golden years, you'll keep your trap shut and forget you ever met me.
I have to ask. Do you really think he'll get away with this?
I hold up the sketch, done over in his own hand. The work bears his signature style so strongly, it might as well be a signed confession. My insurance policy is right here, Klossner. One peep from you and this goes directly to Marm. How do you think she'll deal with your indiscretions?
This is why I never leave the house. This is why I hate parties. I can't wait to return to my studio and lock all the doors and windows. Maybe have myself bricked in while I'm at it. I should have left just after that sick game with that lecture.
I'm already walking away. I fight to keep a triumphant, evil grin off my face, with only partial success. I don't have to like how I got it done, but I got it done.
Devia ter colocado a opção do cadeado, né? Mas eu achei que ia intimidar ele mais. Se eu falasse que eu já matei um monte de gente. Aparentemente o cara não tá nem aí. Escura veículos não é tão útil nela, né? Vamos pegar isso aqui, ó. Consigo tirar a fúria do meu... Só consigo tirar a fúria quando tem uma casinha. Vamos pra estação. Falar com a menina, vamos ver se ela tem algo a dizer.
What if we used an alternating charge? It could increase Daisy's output exponentially.
I suppose it's possible. However, you'll need an opposing resonance.
Of course! We can start with datasets 13 through to 15. Oh, hi, Gia! The professor and I were discussing a new dispersal test.
That's great, but it's not why I'm here. Remember Eli's red Aether? Somehow Marm's got her hands on it. The reminder shuts a blind over her enthusiasm. Her shoulders shrink.
What?
Shouldn't have been what? Gotten out? Where's this red Aether coming from?
It's... Gia, I wish I could tell you. Truly, but...
What Eleanor means is that she signed an agreement. One with, regrettably, severe penalties for breaking confidentiality.
What sort of penalties are we talking?
The kind that could ruin a researcher. To start, you'd lose your position at the finest Aether Institute in the country and all its resources.
It'd be really, really bad, Gia. And my parents, what would they say?
Olympus Park has that much pull?
Quite. The Heights doesn't have barons, but it does have a number of influential benefactors.
This doesn't sound like the first time you're...
Oh, Alistair is one of the experts who helped...
It's all right, Eleanor. You're quite correct, Miss Randazzo. I'm familiar with Red Aether and its applications, for which is why I find it troubling to hear it spread further than a...
Look, kid, I get it. But you've seen it yourself. That stuff is out there, and we need to know where it's coming from.
I know, but... Professor, isn't there something we can do?
Gardner smooths his hand over the table, regarding Nellie's plea like a puzzle short a corner piece. He finds the solution with a soft rap of his knuckles.
Well, only one of us has clearance and tenure. If, hypothetically, I were to consult while you were away at the bar, you could hardly be held accountable.
Thank you so much, Professor Gardner. Oh, but what should I get? I usually drink soda or water, you see.
I'm confident you'll find something.
Nellie flits off to the bar to learn spirits, leaving me with her mentor. Despite the clinking of glasses behind the bar and the stains on warped wood.
How much do you know about red Aether, Miss Rand?
Tightly focused Aether, right? You increase the resonance until its energy potential increases.